Hey everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of Bob Boom. I'm your host, Bob, and oh boy, there's just a lot of shit going on. I know I said I was going to focus on this channel a bit more, but I really haven't had the time. Oh man. Anyway, so let's see. BattleTech came out. I played at least the first mission of it so far. I haven't really gotten to touch it because right now is final times, and I'm pretty sure 2 out of the 5 classes I have so far are completely out of the way, which means that come next month, it should be easier for me to graduate. Right now, I'm still focusing on it. In fact, I'm kind of halfway studying for finals right now. I just decided to take a little bit of a break, let some steam off of my brain a bit. Just whatever. Fucking record whatever comes to mind. Yesterday, I finally decided to get a new cell carrier, and I know I'm going to hear things from other people, but I switched over to AT&T. I used to have Sprint. Sprint, at least in my area, has been absolute garbage. And don't get me wrong. I mean, paying for their bills and stuff was pretty easy. And as far as uh, something that may have been wrong with my phone or whatever, I had full-on insurance and stuff. I just bring it in and they just swap it out. It was fairly easy to deal with Sprint, but their service sucked. And while AT&T may not be the best, I needed to switch over. I needed to try something different after 10 years of Sprint. And I ended up getting a Galaxy S9 Plus. Very expensive phone, but thankfully, because I was switching to their carrier, it allowed it to be like 50% off, which, when you think about it, they're still making money on that deal. I mean, if you go in to buy a cell phone and it's generally a $900 fucking cell phone, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll cut you a deal, we'll make it 50% off. And it's like, this is one of the top of the line phones out right now. It's like, no, you're still making money on this. Like, how much did you really mark up the price on this fucking cell phone compared to how much it costs to make it? Like, how much money are you really making off of these? You can't just be like, oh, yes, well, now that you're switching over, we'll cut you a deal. No, 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 no. I know you're still making money, but still, only paying about $400 for a top-of-the-line phone. That's not actually a bad deal at all, in comparison to everything else that's out. But let's see. With so much that's been coming out, I just haven't really had a chance to play anything. I mean, I'm trying. I really am trying. I was playing Kingdom Come Deliverance for quite some time, and all of a sudden that just came to a pause because then more shit came out. I picked up Yakuza 6 on the 17th. I might have accidentally thrown away the art book. I bought the Nightlife edition, which came with some drinking glasses and some coasters and stuff like that. And I never saw an art book inside of it, so I might have accidentally thrown that away with the box. But I didn't buy that edition because of the art book. I bought it because of the drinking glasses and the game. I haven't even opened the game yet. It's actually right here on the computer desk. I haven't even opened it yet. And it's because, finals. I want to get school out the way, and I've been anticipating and waiting for Yakuza 6 for quite some time. And sure, from what some people have said, it's not the best Yakuza out there, but that's besides the point. Like, I have real life things to take care of. But speaking of other video games, like I said, I've been playing BattleTech. I at least got the first mission out of the way, and I gotta tell you, that first mission was a doozy. I'm not talking about the tutorial mission. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm talking about mission number 1, where you're given 3 mechs, and you have to realize that the damage to the mechs in these missions is a little XCOM-y, right? Damage is progressive, and there's no med kits. So you're out on the field, and let's say hypothetically at the very start of the mission, one of their arms gets blown off, which means less weapons and less armor. Then that means that that's for the rest of the mission. Like, that's not going to get fixed unless, like, there's I guess a gameplay mechanic, like you bring them to a repair bay, or you bring a repair unit with you, or something like that. And even then, I'm sure it's a very costly thing to do. So at the very start of the first mission, There were two mechs, pretty lightweight guys. One of them blew off one of the fucking arms, which is why I bring this up. So the rest of the mission, I had to deal with that. So I had to deal with two mechs, and then I had to deal with a few, like four tanks, 4 or 5 tanks, and then after that, I had to deal with 3 more mechs, which luckily I played it smart at that point, and I was able to take care of their heaviest hitter first. And then I had to deal with more tanks, and then I had to deal with another mech and turrets. So I'm not sure exactly how much damage we could have taken, like if any more at that point, but it was pushing it. But for a first mission, it was one hell of a doozy. They really threw you out there, and they're just like, okay, here's just a lot of shit coming at you. It wasn't too bad, though. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't really difficult. It didn't seem like there was a difficulty setting or anything like that. Just as long as you're kind of playing it smart, you'll be all right. I bought ELEX on sale, and its combat is absolutely terrible. I want to get into the world. I want to get into the game. I do. But its combat is absolutely terrible. I ran into a bandit camp, and there were maybe about 15 guys in this bandit camp. All of them could easily two-shot me. So I dragged them all over to some kind of mountain troll guy who pretty much like one-shotted all of them. And since the mountain troll aggroed all of them, they all started fighting each other, and then the mountain troll guy killed all of the bandits, and I kind of just snuck around and looted all the corpses, and then went into their base and looted their base. So there wasn't really any actual fighting going on, but yeah, its combat is not all that great. Been playing a few puzzle games too, Crazy Machines, got House of Da Vinci. I also bought Raiden 5. I also re-downloaded Warframe. I know Warframe's kind of grindy at this point, but I was in the closed beta years ago for Warframe, and I am very surprised to see that my account was still active, and there is just so much extra crap that has been added into this game that I have no idea what's going on anymore. It's like, I'm talking like I haven't played since 2013, so, 5-ish years of not touching this game, and all of these updates keep happening. But I saw that there was a recent update for it, and I was like, man, they're still making shit for it? Fine, I'll re-download it, I'll see what's going on. And my account was still active, and I still have a special skin for a gun that was only given out for like 4 days. So I'm happy, I guess. I just don't like losing things, especially like little digital stuff like that. Not because I plan on like reselling it or anything. I don't know. It's just like a personal badge of honor, I guess. I don't really like talking about it or like using it to show off or anything like that. But it's just this personal thing. Like, for instance, I used to own a physical copy of League of Legends, and some of you out there are like, wow, there are physical copies of League? Like, yeah, that used to be a thing. It used to be on disc, and it was like $20, and it came with like a prepaid card, and it came with some codes for some skins. And one of the codes is one of the ones that's on my account. It was Silver Kale, and I think nowadays that skin is worth alone over $50 or something. I don't know. But it being on the account itself is like, hey, this is how long I've been in this game. Like, this is how long I've been around. And needless to say, I mean, I don't play League anymore. It's just changed in a way that I'm not a fan of. I'm sure you can find evidence of that on other videos in my channel. The same thing goes for Team Fortress 2. I used to own a physical copy of Team Fortress 2 back when it was $20 in store. Just the game alone. Like, just Team Fortress 2. Like, CD case and everything. And Valve kind of screwed you over because they did give out an item called the Proof of Purchase, I think. And it was a type of hat. It's untradeable, and pretty much it's just, proof of purchase. Like, you actually purchased a copy of this game. But they also gave it to people that owned copies of the Orange Box, and pretty much, like, anyone could get a fucking copy of the Orange Box. I was hoping proof of purchase would stay as, like, I just paid for TF2. Like, that's it. Like, I'm a dude who paid just for TF2, but Orange Box came out and everybody and their mother could easily have gotten the proof of purchase. So it was, yeah, I don't know, it kind of dumbed down I guess the pride factor of it. But TF2 used to not be about hats. Can you believe that? TF2 used to just be about, hey, pick your class. Like there were no like different weapons or anything like that. Like it used to just be like just this well balanced amalgamation of just different classes and picking different classes for different situations, whether you're on the defense or whether you're on the offense, etc., etc. Man, I have quite a few coworkers. Speaking of looking back, I have quite a few coworkers trying to convince me to play things like Fortnite and PUBG on the phone. And I'm just like, no. I mean, even with this new phone, I just have no enticements to do that whatsoever because I've played so many competitive games in the past that it just, I don't know, I've grown weary of it. Like, tired of it. I just, I don't really care for them anymore. Like, yeah, if there's a competitive feature in it, sure. But, like, for instance, I think it was, I don't know, maybe about a month ago, I paid for Rainbow Six Siege. I'm not sure if I said this in the last update or not, but I paid for it, and after my first match, I returned it because I already saw what was going to happen, especially with how bad that first match was. The first match that I ever played, I logged in, teamed up with a friend, and he's not a pro player or anything like that. I mean, he has a few hours on it, I guess, in comparison to a lot of other serious players, but he is not at all the best. But he at least knows what to look for. And I'm like, okay, well, sure, let's play together. You know, let's make it interesting. Let's make it fun. So my very first match, there were two AFKers on our team. One of the AFKers got swapped out for someone who was a leaver, and then someone who joined back in was a team killer and killed the entire team and then put us into overtime. And keep in mind, the other team, the enemy team, of course, actually had a pro player, like someone with like full-blown skins, insignias, all the gun customizations. Like this dude was taking about, I don't know, 3 kills every single match. Like he was just completely decimating us. So for my first match ever, all of this was going on, and I'm just thinking to myself, I can't see myself playing this, like dealing with this kind of crap all over again. Like I've played Counter-Strike, I've played Call of Duty for a very smidgen amount of time on PlayStation 3 years ago, and I just don't see it working. I just don't see it working anymore. That's not fun to me. It's not fun to me. Counter-Strike at some point was fun because of, I guess, World of Warcraft servers. You know, like there were RPG aspects to it. You know, like there were different things going on. It wasn't just all about like the gun and then some guy just completely decimating an entire team. Like there was always just some way to get around it. All of a sudden, just I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like I've had enough of competitive natured games in my life. I don't need any more. And just adding one to my phone so I can be mad mobilely, like mobile mad. No, I'm fine. I'm good. But given some time, we'll see what's happening. Keep your fingers crossed. I'm pretty sure I am going to graduate. So regardless of what this final exam score is going to be, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to push through. I'm going to walk that stage. I'm going to have a degree in my hand come mid-May next month. So probably 20 more days or so, give or take. I am going to have a bachelor's. Just, I can't believe it. Back when I started this channel, you know, it was for shits and giggles, and so many times, you know, people have maybe disagreed with things that I've said, or even taken my life advice, because I do like to throw out advice out there for just, you know, general purpose. You know, sometimes people out there really need the help, really need a word, you know, really need someone to tell them what they want to hear. And you can pull through. like I said, back when I started this was all for shits and giggles, and it kind of feels like some of you, at least, the people who still have been listening, you've kind of, in a way, listened to me grow up and expand and change at least a little bit. Now, maybe my video game taste hasn't necessarily changed or anything like that, but it all started with this, with a video where I was talking about going to a job fair and just how useless I felt like my resume was and things like that. But now all of a sudden, I'm powering through it. I'm about to graduate. I'm making a change in my life. And hopefully it's going to be for the better. I'm pretty sure it's going to be for the better, especially with a job that probably pays 3 times more than what I'm dealing with now. So, you know, don't think that just because, you feel like this outcast, you feel like this loser, that, you're never going to get anything done, all you care about is video games and all this other kind of stuff. Don't feel like you're in this rut, right? Every rut you can get out of, every dead end you can make a U-turn at, or you can go in reverse. You can change something to go into the direction that you want to go. And don't ever let anyone tell you differently. If anyone tells you that you are worthless, if anyone tells you that you're a piece of trash, etc., it better be yourself trying to realize that you need to make a change. If it's anyone else telling you that, if anyone else is telling you that they're just a downer, you don't need to deal with that person. But if you are telling yourself that you're a piece of trash and you're willing to change something about it, then guess what? You're already taking that one step forward. So keep powering through. Don't let the video games be a distraction. Don't let that encompass your life. Do whatever you can. Just look into it. Just try and take that first step. So take it easy. I have to get back to studying for finals and etc. So thanks for tuning in. This has been Bob Boom. You'll never see any ads on my channel unless it's YouTube. If there is an ad, it's YouTube's fault. Take it easy, guys.